Hello, welcome all.
I'm trying to make a series of how to build a portfolio which delivers income. First of all, I'm not a financial advisor. It's all my own experience, process, and thoughts. So let's dive into it. I personally want to build a portfolio that gives me a monthly income without disturbing my contributed capital. It can be achieved by investing mostly in dividend paying companies or ETFs. So, my plan is to create a strategy and follow it strictly without any compromise. The strategy is to create a list of buckets with numbers. Bucket number 1, very high yield stock and ETFs. Bucket number 2, high yield stocks and ETFs. Bucket number 3, normal yield stocks and ETFs. Bucket number 4, low yield stocks and ETFs. Bucket number 5, growth stock and ETFs. Bucket number 6, a high risk or penny stock or ready to lose money stock and ETFs. Bucket number 7 is cash. And I'm going to allot a percentage for each bucket, like 50% for bucket number 1, 20% for 2, 10% for third bucket, 5% for fourth bucket, 5% for growth stock and ETF, 5% for bucket number 6, and 5% for cash. That's bucket number 7. Every $100 should go on this basis to the investment. Like the first $50 goes to very high yield stock and ETFs, $20 goes to high yield stocks and ETF, $10 goes to normal yield stock and ETF, $5 goes to low yield stock ETF, and the other 5 goes to growth stock and ETF. The other 5 goes high risk penny stock or ready to lose money stock or ETF, and the last 5% goes to the cash, stays as a cash. The dividends from all the first 4 buckets need to be collected and put it in bucket number 5 with the 5% contribution. So this is step number 1 to be done. Step number 2 will be like to create a list of stocks and ETFs for each bucket. There should be no limit to the list in each bucket, but keeping it simple and less will help us to track the performance. I plan to keep 7 ETF and 2 stocks on each bucket for a starting purpose. Can add more if needed in the future. The stocks or ETFs which paying more than 15% are very high yields, that will come with very high risk as well. So if you don't want very high risk, quit this bucket and segregate that 50% to the next 4 buckets. There are a lot of ETFs nowadays ready to distribute 30 to 100% dividends per annum. Choosing one of those is purely your own decision. Bucket number 2, high yields are like more than 10% to 20% dividend yield. It comes with risk as well. Even a lot of investors are against this type of stocks or ETF. Keep on telling chasing yield will erode your capital in their arguments. Bucket number 3, normal yields are one with the 5% to 10% dividend annum and less payout ratios. Bucket number 4, low yield is the leftover with less than 5% dividend yield per annum. Bucket number 5, it normally goes like a blue chip companies and ETFs which consists of the blue chip companies or growth oriented companies. Bucket number 6, again, if you don't want to risk that money, skip this bucket. Otherwise, having a small amount will not be bother you much, but the luck and growth will be limitless. Bucket number 7, cash. This will act as an emergency fund. Like if any of our stock or ETF in our list gets in trouble and tanked, then this money needs to go there to do TCA, dollar cost averaging. What I am doing right now is following this strategy with all the 7 buckets until the dividends reach my active income. Then I become financially free and can able to decide whether I need to work full-time or part-time or to retire and relax.